So it's 3:31 p.m. We are August 1st, Saturday, 2026. Off to the gym. As of late, I've gotten a lot of work done. I'm anxious now, but that's okay. I got candy with me, either from too much caffeine or too much not eating. But I've been eating, so yeah, candies will do okay. What I have been noticing is that people drinking and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to the gym where it's closing in about 8 days. How do I know that? Because I put a reminder email. I was trying to figure out how to remind myself. That's my big problem. It's most people's problems. When you have so many things to do, you can't keep it all in your head. But how do you, if you have so many things to do and all your lists become huge, you know, whether it's in your notes, in your bujo, in your task list or whatever, it becomes overwhelming, right? I've gotten better at getting into the habit of looking at my emails, looking at my bujo calendar, looking at my to-do list now, you know, my Google Tasks, and my Apple Notes, you know. For a while I've been doing the Apple Notes, and it was good, but, you know, it gets to the point where there's just so much, you know, where everything gets so, so overwhelming that I have to schedule time to look over lists, but I don't have time all the time to do that, you know. And where else can I keep it except in my head? But I've been trying, you know, got to the point today. I was copying some stuff into a hard drive because I have to back stuff up, you know. But I have several of them. It takes a long time, and if I make a mistake, you're wasting time. So I just wrote it on paper, the ones I did, and then continued from it, and then I took a picture of that and put that in my notes. So that's one kind of reminder. And also, you know, made a copy, typed it in my to-do list, you know. And I think I did it also in my notes, you know, just in different places, right? So one of the places I would see it. When I'm working, I set up a lot of alarms at times I need to hand out student evaluations and stuff like that, or tell them to go order their lunch or whatever. So I need to take the few minutes to do that, set that up so I can forget about it, you know. Now I know sometimes it's difficult to set up everything. The pressure has to be there for me to remember it and then set it up so I don't forget it. You know what I mean? Or why don't I just save everything to all the hard drives initially? Because that takes a lot of time, and there's always something new that comes up, and I wouldn't move forward in anything, right? So to prevent the problems of if something happens technologically, I have it written and then take the picture. So that kind of works. But emails for the gym closing, I've noticed it every day. So I see it every day because I go into all mail. I don't go into just inbox. I could. I don't trust it 100% though. But I think I like the fact that I get, I see it there and it's like, oh, you know, like anyone with ADHD, it's like, you have to see it, you know? And I like putting the paper in, especially when it's getting down to the wire, I think. So there's a lot of methods to do it. So I have to have a lot of reminders, little crumbs around to kind of remind me of stuff, you know? And now I'm almost finished one part of my 2021 taxes, which they're gonna take out more of my. I don't know. But anyways, I can't let that get to me. Can only go when I can do what I can do. But I have 3 more months of bills to check before I go to the next step. You know. But I do have everything set up. Monday and Tuesday I'm working. So you see I'm babbling now is because of the anxious, probably too much caffeine, low blood sugar coming now too. Gotta get the candies in me. But if I have so many things that I gotta keep moving, I gotta have some reminders and keep things going. I'm a little afraid if I do all these, the 3 more months of the bills, I will stop for a while. Anyways, it's not perfected, but I know I need reminders. Anyway. All right, so it's 2:35 a.m. On my way to the gym. It's Monday, August 3rd, 2026. It's kind of humid and hot. No neck protection. It's nighttime. As is always the problem, if I'm going from like one type of sleep for the past 3 days to waking up at 1, it's difficult. And of course I couldn't sleep. And I had a lot of anxiety too. I'm not wearing compression socks today. I took them off in bed because they were the tight ones. And yeah, I'm gonna put them back on. I sprayed disinfected them so they're off drying. I'd like to be able to take a shower when I get home. Not worry about the neighbor downstairs. And it had me thinking about going to massage therapy school. I'm gonna have to take more showers because I'm gonna be, getting massaged every now and then. And massaging is going to be close. So that's going to be a problem. But of course the anxiety is, the overwhelm of having too much shit to do. No matter how good I am with my list and all that, which was pretty good. My system has gotten much better over the years. And this morning, I managed to do another step for the government. But what's causing me to worry is the 30 days, before this all happens again. I don't know if this contact person who I sent the papers to, if that's the one I can ask what to do. And then I have to kind of get to the essential and go to H&R Block for 2021 taxes. I think I have the calculations done because I sent it to the last accountant who fired me, right? I didn't finish the paperwork and I know I have documents to get, so I'm like putting spokes in my wheel before starting. I need to kind of be in a good mindset. And the only thing that helps me is just keep going. Doing a step and keeping it the priority, Anyways, gym is almost here. So it's 3:57. I got out early. I had an extra dose of caffeine. But stuck it at just the incline bench press, which I've been working on every 2-3 days to keep that going. And I added the glute bridge machine, which I didn't get to do last time So I want to do that every 2-3 days. But incline bench press is my priority. Toe touches, same thing. I wanted to add that every 2 days to keep that going, but same thing, I missed out. But I had it today, and some hangs, but people were at the on the bars, so I can only do it once. Every 2 days on the incline bench is working very well for me, since I'm focusing on controlling it down using my the weak scapular muscles, serratus. You know, it was really good today, and the fact that I'm doing it every 2 days or 3. When I did it at the other gym during the weekend, because it was so, I focused more on higher reps with the lighter weight. And today I felt good. The first set was impressive to me in terms of strength and no pain and fluidity. And so I went up to a higher weight, one more rep on each thing. So far it's going well, so I'm keeping with it. And of course, the most important thing, I'm noticing the fullness of my upper chest. I was going to add decline because I added that on the weekend, but no, kept it held back, which I think was the greatest thing to do. Finished early, can go home, take a nap before getting ready for work. Not a nap, but decompression on the bed, you know. How long am I going to do this for? I don't know, because I'm getting into my periodization, but I guess I'll do it until I feel it needs to be stopped, you know? Because I know Jared Feather does shoulders and biceps. I'd love to do that too. Rather, he does lateral delts and biceps. Those are also up there with my priorities, but it's that chest and the pain in my left shoulder that I'm trying to mitigate, and it seems to work with strengthening, you know? So that allows me to go more often. And I'd like to be able to do that with my lower body, with my left knee, going upstairs to keep the strength. I could feel the weakness on my left side. But I can't do everything at one time, so success with one helps me with the other, and then be able to eventually rotate them, but we'll see.